evening, everyone, and thank you so much for coming. It's wonderful to see everybody here today, members and friends and family. And thank you very much for appreciating our images. Everyone has put in a lot of hard work into their images in digital and prints. And we just hope you will appreciate them and like them. So tonight on display, we have 73 monochrome images. The judges will now like to comment on the monochrome.
A couple of images. I think this one was mine, if I recall. And the interesting thing about this image is it is ambiguous. I don't know what it is. I don't care. I don't need to know what it is. But it's actually really quite interesting in terms of its shape and its light and its tone. It looked to me like a jumping castle, but then I thought, well, this looks like a softbox. So it was one of those things that was just, it was intriguing for me. The fact that it is, well, the photographer has chosen black and white, has chosen monochrome, means that they've stripped all that colour information away, stripped away all the distracting, dare I say, elements to it, and just given me something that I just want to keep looking at it. I really do. And so I think it's a very successful abstract image.
Okay, I'll go up to 261, and that's the... I'll stand up here. Okay, this is the double exposure. I'm assuming it's a double exposure. It's really very interesting image, this one, because we've got several people marching along, and then we've got information here. There's some writing here. So it's two lots of people, so it really does look like a march. But at the same time, when I'm looking at that, I had to look twice because I was thinking it was a reflection in a window, and the person had taken the reflection of the window. So it held my gaze, and that is one of the essential things that us as photographers want, is the gaze to be held. If I go to an art director and he's turning my portfolio book and then he looks at a page and he stops, I think, I've got this job, you know, fantastic. So, and again, I remember the very first exhibition that I ever was in. I stood around the corner watching who would actually go and look at my image, and there was one image, and there was a person walking along and they stopped. This was many, many years ago. This is more than 17 years ago. I'm talking about like 25 years ago. And the person stopped and looked, and the person that I was with at the time was so excited because, look, they were looking at my image. And that's how I felt about this one. So that was a very successful image, so well done. Again, because of the chromatic black and white, it has the contrast, it has the tone, it has the blacks, and it has the whites. So, well done.
258. I was attracted to 258 really early on in our walkthrough because I thought that's just on trend. It's seeing something that's probably very mundane. I remember catching a train when I used to work in North Sydney, and I'd catch a train every day, and you'd see the backs of houses from the train line, and it's an everyday image. But it's actually very strong. It's actually been taken at the right time of day. You've got the shadowing that is giving you that shape. You've got the detail in the artwork and the graffiti. And there's just enough information in all parts of the building to know where this could be. You know, I look at this and say, that's somewhere in inner Sydney. And the print quality is really, really beautiful. There is detail where there needs to be detail. There's some really nice black shadows there. So it's got that graphic nature about it. And the kicker for me was just that little bit of soft cloud. Nature is still there, even though we've got the hard edge of human environment. You just have that little softness of cloud. So in terms of a graphic representation of an image, I think that was very successful.
from these images, the judges have selected monochrome print of the year, and I would like Barbara to come and present, please. The runner-up for monochrome of the year goes to Tony Nomrowski for today's player.
Okay, you scratch my fighter. That's what I'm
Last year, Tony received our validation award, so congratulations, Tony. Well done. Well done. Congratulations. Now, monochrome print of the year goes to the lovely Sue Robertson for The March, which is number 261. Sue is travelling around Australia at the moment, so we would like to accept this award for her, and I'm sure she's very grateful, and thanks everyone very much.
You've got to put it on Facebook for her. Yes. Do you want to take
We'll
a
put her
picture?
on Facebook.
But underneath, don't forget the monopod. Underneath, say that Barbara's got it.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, there you go.
I've got all your presents.
Yeah, I'm looking after it.
I'll talk about 177. This image really struck me. Again, that impact when I got to look at it. The softness, the colour balance, the fact that these two figures are so prominent, yet they're blurry. So that central placement of those figures, but then there was a couple of figures behind. It's one of those images that, again, you can read into it. You can, theorise, you can story tell with it. It has multiple uses. It would look fantastic on the wall. It's one of those pieces for me that I look at and go, wow, that's a beautiful artwork. Why couldn't I take that? So I think everything's working for it. It's absolutely beautiful. And the fact that someone has presented an art piece like this is just brilliant. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. Again, when we're going to print, there's one little spot right there in the sky and we think it's a census dust spot. Always look for that, clone out your dust spots, and that then is an absolutely magnificent piece.
This is another image that I loved. And Kylie, we were both very attracted to this. It's the graphic. It really has strong graphics. You've got repetitive patterns, which is the sinks. You've also got this graduated lighting effect. So we've got it here. It's in a grey, mid-grey, and then we're going into a lighter spot. There is another bit of a mid-grey here, but it tends to have this graduated look. Then you come up here and there's a wall. At first it didn't appear to be a wall, but then you see all the, the decaying and it's distressed wall, so it's got lots of texture. So, but because this is quite light here, it actually cuts the image in half, but it works. This is where we say you've got rules, but if you know the rules, you can break the rules. So in some ways, this is breaking some of those rules. But at the same time, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and as I said in photography, odd numbers with objects and subjects. It's better than in some cases 2, although that one I talked about before, that works. And we've also got a lot of lines going through, and then we've got this. It's like a full stop here, there's some plumbing or something, and it's like it's telling us the story. So we are reading it from this side, going across the leading line across here, and then it stops. And then you look at it, and it looks a bit like here. I don't know what the method that you've used in your printing or whether it's in Photoshop, but it's got that solarized effect like Man Ray when he accidentally opened up the dark room. So it has got, I don't know whether this is a digital image or whether you've shot it from film, but it works. It's a very interesting image, and it did keep us having a look at first. And also this here, it tends to have a feel, because when you look at this is front on, and it looks like there's a curve going into the actual image. So there's a sort of slight warping, which also adds to the image. So yeah, interesting image, and well done.
I just wanted to say our judges were very much taken by especially one of our members, who unfortunately is not here today. It's Ray Baker. Out of the 15 images up there, is 8 images from Ray Baker.
We didn't know that.
And the judges didn't know any names because they were not shown the names or anything, so they must have been taken. Ray Baker has really very, very nice work, and I will mention to him and find out that if he has printed some images somewhere else, to make sure to correct the printing. And another thing I wanted to say, wonderful audience.
Yeah.
They're so beautiful and quiet and listening and concentrated. So Maria, it's your turn.
I'm sure everyone's enjoyed tonight. It's been a wonderful night, and I won't be too long because I know it's getting on now. It's my pleasure to introduce to you the colour print section of our annual awards night. As you can see, we have an amazing selection all round of the 89 colour prints on display. Our members' love and enthusiasm for photography comes through in these amazing images. And I've got a quote here from Ansel Adams. "You don't make a photograph just with the camera. You bring to the act of photography all the pictures you have seen, the books you have read, the music you have heard, and the people you have loved." Now, the awards will be presented by Frank Danaher. Okay, the second prize in the colour print goes to Ray Baker for The Lighthouse, which is image number 170. Unfortunately, Ray's not here tonight. He's not very well.
On your Ray.
You'll be right today.
On your Ray. Put all your presents.
Thanks very much, Frank. And now... I'll call on Bob Shaw to come up and present the prize for the colour print of the year. Oh, okay, because he was the sponsor. Of course.
Thanks, Frank.
Okay, now the colour print of the year for 2015 goes to Sue Robertson for Journey, which is image number 177.
Our next award is the Klein Award. The Klein Award is the award which was initiated by Joy and Frank Klein, Joy and Frank Klein, and it is an award for pictures portraying the Australia, a land of contrast. And it could be anything. It could be contrast in lighting, it could be contrast in different people living here in our country. And can I ask Joy maybe to present the award to our winner? The judging of the image of the Klein Award is when we do our pre-judging amongst all images. It's from the digital, color print, monoprint, any images that the judges think it could be under Australia Land of Contrast is in the running, and our judges chose to this year another image of Sue Robertson.
She's fully staffed.
And it is up here. It is the monochrome one, number 256.
She's got heaps of stuff, man. She's like fully prized up.
Yeah.
She's got prizes, man. She's fully prized up.
Well, Sue's going to have to give me something cruel.
Yeah.
She might have won just about everything in the club, but this is the first time she's ever won
Yes.
this.
Yeah.
Oh.